Some of us, I
I am
agree.
here with Curtis and Nicole to get the first extra whip of the season underway now on Big Brother Cheesecake 7 Chocolate Heaven.
Chocolate.
Hello, I'm Andrew Shestik Moonves. Welcome to Big Brother Cheesecake 7 Chocolate Heaven. It's day 4 inside the Big Brother Cheesecake house, and this week Owen is the head of household. He nominated Kilby for eviction, and Michael was sitting on the block as well because he lost the Temptation comp. And in addition, Willy Wonka nominated RJ for eviction. But who will win the Golden Power veto? You'll find out tomorrow. But first, I'm joined by legends of season 4 and 5, Curtis, and seasons 3 and 5, Nicole. Welcome. I'm
Hello.
excited.
So fun to be back.
Brazil couldn't be here tonight because she's dealing with Hurricane Chantal somewhere in Mexico. So it is what it is. She'll be fine. But she'll be back. She has elected Curtis to select her draft picks for her. She won by default last season because Steven was last. So let's face the facts. But she has faith in you, Curtis, that you will pull this out for Team Bratis, Kurzil. No.
I don't know.
Yeah,
it's interesting choice, but it's right down her alley.
Brazil. I like Team Brazil.
One thing I should mention about the game, Willy Wonka informed me they did not tell anybody, which I think is smart, and they will not tell anybody, so they said, fuck everybody in the house. Okay.
A good way to start it.
So
More fun for us.
Should we start with the draft picks, or do you have anything in general you want to say about the season so far?
No, I'm excited to see some of these people play. I myself recognize a few people from, Evil Dick. I'm pretty excited to see how some of these people play out. And I've heard something through the grapevine and from past alumni about some other players already. So I'm excited to see what happens here. It's always better not playing than just watching.
And Curtis, any thoughts on this season before we get to the draft picks?
Yeah, I mean, I don't really know anybody. I have never subscribed to Evil Dick. I apologize. I want to, and I'll time it maybe for the BBUS season coming up. It should be better than the last one. I think that's almost a guarantee. Not the last Canadian one, that one was sick. But yeah, I mean, it seems like everyone's active, so that's always good. Let's see if they can keep it up. And I like all the twists, especially not being actually a player. It's going to be fun to watch, I think.
Okay, cool.
I need to go back and write all the twists down because after going over the 10th twist of the season, you lost me and I just kind of tuned out. So I have to go back and get them.
There's not that many. What did you not understand?
No, I understood. I just can't remember them all.
Okay, that's okay. Do you think either of your seasons would have been different if there was a third nominee every week by a random person? Yeah.
100%. You made a joke, I think it was in the day 3 video, day 2 or day 3, about how I won the first week, the clue or whatever. It was supposed to be really long and we finished in half hour, really quick. But day 1, I was already working with 10 to 12 of the house guests. So I was it was somebody was going to win it if it wasn't me next. But
cash reveal day. Right. Just made 80,000 alliances the day before it started.
I don't remember if it was before or day of, but it was everyone was super on top of each other. And I infamously in season 4 got fucked over because I was in 2 decent alliances that were doing well, but eventually at the triple or whatever, it all came crashing down, or after the triple, because Ryan blew us up on the after show or whatever. So the third nominee, you couldn't play that game as easily, at least. It's already risky, but it'd be way riskier for the third nominee, I think.
Yeah, it was almost in season 4. It was close, and then I pulled it at the last minute. Anyway, okay, so we're gonna go in a snake draft. Does anybody? So whoever goes second gets to pick second and third, and that goes back and forth. So does anybody have any preference whether they go first or second?
Whatever you think Brazil would want. I'm good either way.
She would want to go.
Brazil went first last time, and then when she realized, she was like, "No, I wanted to go second now. I didn't realize." So let Brazil
go first because she won. Unless Nicole wants to go first, let's leave it up to Nicole because she's got to try and knock Brazil off the perch this year.
Okay, so Nicole, you're going
I'll
first.
go first.
You're
I'll go
deciding.
first.
Okay, you're deciding. Okay,
Fuck
go
you,
ahead,
Brazil.
make
I'll
your
go
first choice.
Okay, my first.
Oh, and sorry. Before I forget, I can say about your thing, right? I think it's public. Your thingamajig. Yeah.
Yeah, you posted already.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Well, congratulations, you're
Thank you.
pregnant.
Yeah.
Another cheesecake baby.
Yes.
So exciting. He's gonna play in Big Brother Cheesecake 42.
Yes.
Along
Her middle name is
baby, Karen's baby. We'll have to have more pregnant people so that we can.
Her first name is going to be Charlene, and her middle name is Joanne. So things are going really well.
Lovely. Okay, Nicole, kick us off with the first choice.
Okay, my first choice is going to be Jenna.
Okay, good choice. Why?
I don't want to give any reasons because I did last year and I think I got some people in trouble with the reasons I gave. And Brazil just gave reasons like I like their name and got away with it.
Nobody got in trouble from what you said. Just come on.
I don't know. I think that she'll be a good gamer. I recognize her face from some Canadian fast food situation.
Oh, right. Yeah, she was in a Wendy's watch party for Big Brother Canada 8. Where she basically ate Wendy's and for the premiere and basically criticized everything. It was really funny.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's still on YouTube.
I vibe with that. Female power. I want to pick a girl first this time. So I'm vibing with that.
She's been sending.
I was going to say she has an H at the end of her name. So that's pretty cool too.
Oh, I mean, that's pretty awesome. I agree.
She's been sending a lot of voice messages in the chat, which normally I'm not a fan of voice messages, but hers are very iconic because she's just like everything she says is funny. And she kind of, and I hope this doesn't come off as racist because it's strictly based on like the personality, but her humor reminds me a lot of Leslie Jones. Like it's that kind of humor. And I like it. I live for it. It's really funny.
Well, I'm here for a funny person, so I'm glad to hear that about her.
Voice messaging is actually an interesting technique because I feel like people will forget about that stuff and you won't go back up and like listen to things as much as you can just easily read or like search stuff. So that's kind of a smart way to do it.
I think for strategy, most people text. I think. Well, who knows? Oh. Did you voice message for strategy, either of you? Yeah.
I don't do voice message with anyone.
Yeah.
You probably did call with Brazil, probably, I'm guessing.
Okay, Team Brazil or whatever you are. Go ahead with your first.
So I am gonna go with RJ as my first pick.
Interesting.
I think Brazil thinks the way I think.
Okay.
And I think the 2-letter name is it could be iconic, and
like CJ.
I may or may not have also checked out an online generator to help me come up with some of these guesses. So some of these guesses will be left up to the universe. So
in classic Brazil and Curtis fashion, just like I don't know, we'll see.
Okay. Well, you picked somebody who's on the block, which is interesting. And that's
fine. It was a Wonka vote.
He definitely gave a little bit of sass in the main chat. I think he put in a gif of I can't remember what it was, but it was something sort of sarcastic about, oh, I guess I'm up. Good then. Guess we have to start playing the game now. That kind of a thing. Okay.
There you go.
So, Brazil, your next choice now goes, you get two.
Okay. I also like the name Shawnee because it wasn't just Sean, it was Shawnee. And
That's
like I
character.
Every
I'm
year,
just trying to do what Brazil would do.
even when I replace Brazil, it still comes down to I like this name better. Okay. So yeah, Shawnee hosts a top model org called Shawnee's Next Top Model. And if you're into guys in org modeling, Nicole, like there are some pictures there. Like he doesn't just cast like garbage off the street like me. Like he actually has like real models. It's very impressive. I don't think anybody who's ever played Cheesecake though. No, but maybe one day.
Shawnee seems organized and trustworthy and organized. So okay. I think that's going to play in their favor.
Okay, fair enough.
He could be a good man.
Back to Nicole.
Okay, I choose Owen.
Okay.
Because I believe he has history with orgs, meaning he may know how to finagle his way through some situations.
I think this is his first org.
Oh, okay. Well, if it's then I'm wrong, but if it's his first org, then that means he'll win like Brazil did, right? Because Brazil had no fucking
Yeah. And he did win the first HOH, which Curtis has done twice. So we'll see how that works out for him.
Did somebody break that curse in the like TV version or in your version?
In my version now, it's the first 3 weeks. The first 3 HOHs have never won. Because Steven was week 4 last
it was
season.
I'm thinking of the All-Star US, the Cody one.
Oh, that was broken. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
It definitely would have been Owen. There's no point in even hiding that. That's 100%. But anyway. Okay, so Nicole, you get to go again.
Okay, then I'm gonna go with I'll go with Stephanie.
Okay. Stephanie was, when I did the cast reveal, was definitely quite popular. She has a lot of fans. Any particular reason?
I know who she is. I've talked to her myself a few times in the past about Big Brother stuff. Same type of community. So it's just someone that I know. I know she understands the game and she can talk about the game very, very eloquently and well. So now I'm interested to see how she can play too. So I'm putting her on my team.
And people who haven't seen last season, bear in mind that last year, with the exception of Corey, everybody who Nicole picked was just evicted.
Yeah, 100%.
So basically, if you're on Nicole's team, you're doomed. So,
I'm blessing you.
Back to Brazil with your next pick.
Okay, I like the sounds of Ray Ann. I think Ray Ann is going to crush it. Ray Ann, I think, is my sleeper for winner of the season, to be honest.
Oh, there you go.
Okay.
Don't worry, Ray Ann. I'm basing that off of nothing. So
whenever I hear the Lady Gaga song "Rain on Me," I always think of her every single time.
There you go.
Yeah. She has a history of doing poorly in Survivor orgs and well in Big Brother orgs. So I'm curious if that. I mean, it doesn't really mean anything because this is like a very, very, as Karen would say, a very wacko biased version of Big Brother. It's not that pure. It's pure in the rules, but it's what's the word? It's off. It's outside the box when it comes to the way it's run.
It's eccentric for sure. But she just got to look out for Survivor Week. Get that immunity idol that's somewhere wherever the hell it is, and should be fine.
There's one person. This one person just has guessed like 1,000 different things for what the idol is. Like has literally has pixelated every single part of my screen and been like, is it there? Is it there?
Oh my god!
I'm just like, no, sweetheart. Like this is a very difficult idol to find. Very, very difficult. It's like Endure style difficult. You have to. It's one of the hardest things.
Is it in our screen right now if we're looking at you?
No.
Okay. Found it in your mind then.
Okay, Brazil, next choice.
After Rayanne, I want to go with Bridget. I think we need some more strong females on this team, and Bridget seems like one of the top ones to go with.
So glad you didn't say because it rhymes with Gidget or something.
No.
Digit, anyway.
Trying not to be.
Yeah, but what Gidget's offensive?
No, I thought you said something else.
Oh, okay. Sorry. You think I said? Anyway,
don't worry about it.
Okay.
Big
You reminded me when you said we need some strong female things. It reminded me of when Rai Rai hosted last season's thing and said we need more male winners. And Jojo was so furious because he had won the season before. Yeah, I thought he was going to explode. Anyway, back to you, Nicole.
Okay, Brooke. I'm gonna pick Brooke.
Okay. Any particular reason?
Yes, I really like creeks and rivers. So
Nice.
Okay, I wasn't expecting that one.
it's like a Pisces thing. So
Okay. I think Brooke is she's Gemini. Yeah, because she just had her birthday. Yeah, she'd be. Yeah.
Happy birthday,
Yes.
Brooke. You get it, girl.
Yes.
Look at you aging up in life.
Oh boy. And next, Nicole.
I'm gonna go ahead and do Kilby.
Okay. And you picked a nominee. How come?
Because their last name sounds like Kirby, as in Will Kirby from their USA and Dermatologist Lifestyles.
This is how Steven trickled down to the bottom last season and was the last pick because Steven doesn't rhyme with anything or has any kind of funny thing in it. So
I was telling Brooke that, or not Brooke, what's her name? Brazil. I was telling Brazil about how I actually did research last year and really tried to get my team top notch. Spent a whole day doing research, and then this girl comes in and she's like, "I went to preschool with someone with the name blah blah, so I'm picking them." So I'm trying to do the go with that type of style also right now too.
okay, fair enough. Back to Brazil. I'm shocked. Okay, I'm not going to say, but I'm shocked one name hasn't come up since we're going with funny sounding names. But go ahead.
Well, I might end that because I thought when you said K, you were going to take my next one, but I'm going to go with Cly. Because I love dry, sarcastic humor. She seems hilarious. And did she get a 2-week fast forward?
Yes, she did.
Also, obviously there's pros and cons with that, but it's not like the fast forward to the jury. I think that's a bigger thing to deal with, as much as it's helpful for a while. But yeah, I feel like Clyde could round up some people and be a leader in this game for sure.
She's been extremely quiet so far. She has been busy, so I'll give her that. Tom is from Kelowna too, so I keep finding pairs.
He's in Kelowna right now, or he's
we all know where Tom is.
Yeah, he lives west
Kelowna, BC.
Kelowna.
West End. Okay, nice.
He told me where to. He told I'll let you know. But he was very excited when the Costco opened there, and I told him.
It's such a good Costco. Such a good Costco. The views there are unreal. You walk out and there's just mountains. It's beautiful.
You just waste your money in there. You buy shit you don't need.
And they're starting to get samples back, so it's game over.
Oh, I can just picture Tom in there all day.
Big Brother Costco, not Big Brother Cheesecake.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, next choice.
I get 2 right now.
Yes. Well, you get one more.
This is a tough one. I don't know if they'll get mad at me. I'm gonna do it. Sorry, Brazil, but I think it could be really dumb. Michael, please. I'd like to go with Michael.
Michael's watching this why is that dumb?
Not personally. Obviously, I don't know Michael, but obviously he's guaranteed on the block the first 3 weeks. There's 3 nominees, so he's not, it's not 50-50. And if anything, if people are smart, they might look at that let's not worry about Michael because he's automatically on the block for the, maybe the 3rd week there's a bit of risk, but the first 2 weeks, he should be fine, I think. So if he can build some relationships, then hopefully he'll get out of it. And I loved his attitude. Like, good for him. That freaking temptation thing was hard. I
Did you
don't
play
know how
along?
anyone done. I did, and I might have done slightly better, but it was all chance. Like, it's just guessing random. I don't know any of the answers, but like, good for him for responding the way he did. So I like his attitude.
I could give people an IQ test, and Curtis would say it's just a luck bump. That's exactly.
Well, I'm sorry, but if you know the calories in all these chocolate bars, then good for you. But for most of us, that's luck. Shit.
Okay. Nicole.
Okay, all right.
And then you did take a risk because he's on the block 3 weeks in a row, so that's risky. Anyway.
High risk, high reward. Go with that.
I'm gonna go with Callum.
Okay. Because
I don't know. His name
oh no.
sounds like it would he would have like a Michael Hearn accent.
Well, yeah, they're both British.
Okay, well I didn't know he was British until like right for a second. So I was imagining him sounding like Hearn, and I love the way he speaks. So
yeah, Hearn.
Shout out Michael Hearn.
Hearn was it was like an elegant British.
Oh. He could be telling you off and you're like, thank you, you just sounded gorgeous.
And I feel like I related to him in like the end of season when he was getting kind of pissed about the way certain things went down near the end, but it was like a very like civil piss. It was enjoyable to watch. I like that.
Yes, he just reeks elegance.
I like when he said Megan was the luckiest person. When he said Megan was the luckiest person last season for only having to play 1 week. You've all lost for coming this far. Oh man.
Yeah, so
yeah, he is good.
I think Callum is a good
that's
choice.
yes.
Yeah. So yeah, go ahead, Nicole.
Okay, then my next pick is going to be Kennedy.
Okay, this is the one I thought I was surprised because I thought you were going to say because it's like a president, Kennedy.
No, I really hope she doesn't have the same outcome as all the Kennedys in this season. Because that wouldn't be good. No, nobody wants that. I don't know how much you guys hear in Canada, but they all die, so we don't want that.
Well, yeah. I don't want to say anything too. I don't want to pump her up too much, but I have played with her in an org, and we did really well together. So hopefully she does well here. But we've also played an org together just now, Duplicity org, and we were both flops. So we've done well together and we've done terribly together. So it is what it is.
He's gonna kick ass this season. I just know it.
Yeah. Okay,
I feel like Andrew, you'd be a good shield. If how you host is how you play, maybe it's different. Maybe you're more like subtle and like behind the scenes. But if you're like you host,
I host well.
Like I team up too.
I host well. At least I think I host well. I play terribly. It's the train wreck. I'll send you videos one day.
Oh no.
We've seen it. They were good.
Yeah. Okay, so there are 3 people left, and Crizilla gets 2 of them. So there's Javier, Ronnie, and Tom.
Alrighty. Well, Ronnie was my next one, so I'm gonna go with Ronnie. And then I liked.
I'm a little surprised. Sorry, I'm a little surprised that he came so far down.
Wait, I thought Ronnie was high up on my list, but I crossed him off thinking I thought you picked him earlier in the game, so I crossed it off.
RJ, maybe you were thinking.
I don't know. Sorry, Ronnie. I had you like you're my 4th pick.
Don't be afraid, Ronnie. Come to the Crizel side. We'll be fine. We'll be fine.
He's like, yes, I didn't get Nicole's team. I have a chance.
Who knows? The Curtis curse could flip it all around this year. We'll see.
See, Ronnie was not somebody I expected towards the bottom, but at the end of the day, Steven was dead last season. So this whole episode, it's really just a placeholder.
He wasn't supposed to be at the bottom. He was one of my top picks.
As long as he knows that.
As the people are watching this tomorrow, I will have either Dunkin' Donuts or Olive Garden in my mouth. So yeah. Kat moved to Calgary, by the way. And yeah, it's very rude.
When is she moving?
No, she already moved. She's gone.
Oh shit!
With her dad, or
Yes. And she says Calgary is better than Toronto. Yeah.
Damn,
I saw that look. Did you see the look on Curtis's face? It's amazing. Curtis is I like Curtis's sort of animated facial expressions. Like I remember, what comp was it? Total Recall, when it came down to a tiebreaker and you and you lost the tiebreaker. The look on your face, it was as if a doctor had just told you had cancer. Like it was.
I'll never forget guessing 89 like an idiot, and then that ruined our whole everything. Everything was ruined for that. Well, for me, Brazil won because of that, probably.
You survived that week.
But it was just like dead man walking. Like once Ryan blew everything up, it was game over. So. Yeah. Brazil handled it perfectly and butterflied effect her way to number one. She killed it.
Brazil effect.
Yeah. But so Ronnie, I'm excited to have you on the team. And I love the fight of this next one, Javier. He had a great effort in the first HOH. I like people who can fight and aren't going to give up. And he seems like one of those people. So, welcome to the team.
He came very close to winning that first HOH. He showed me his paperwork, his charts and graphs. So I'm like, okay, that's interesting for first HOH. That's good. You're taking notes. I like that. This then leaves as the last. I'm a little surprised you didn't take him earlier because you were so excited to see this icon playing. Tom.
Listen,
last choice.
I'm very, very excited to watch you play. However, Tom, I have seen every single one of your Dick at Night videos. And I just hope, you know what? You got this, Tom. I'm excited to have you.
But Tom has been active. He's been putting in pictures of the Kelowna sunsets, and this is my ice cream cone from Costco, and this, that, and the other. And he's asking people, how are you doing? And I think he had a conversation with, we'll say Callum in the main chat. Yeah, because Callum was waking up, and because Callum is in 5 hours ahead in London or somewhere in England. And Lester, I think. 5 hours ahead, and Tom is 3 hours behind in Pacific time. So they have an 8 hour time difference. So Callum was waking up and Tom was going to bed, and they had a little back and forth. And I'm like, wow, Tom is actually giving a shit. I'm very, very impressed.
Yes, I mean, I guess I thought that he might not fully catch on super quickly, but that's good that he is. I mean, I also know how busy he is constantly, running from the police in Kelowna and burying dead bodies and stuff.
Oh.
It's an evil dick joke, guys. I'm sorry. But
I kind of forgot Tom was the Kelowna guy. Kind of fucked that up. That's my bad. Sorry, Tom.
Yeah, you didn't pick your freaking hometown hero or whatever.
We could do a honey for Tom trade, but maybe not.
But he is an Edmonton Oilers fan, and that has really annoyed the Calgary alumni. I don't think it really matters.
I mean, they both suck. The Leafs, ran into the champs. So what are you going to do?
I agree, actually. I think Tampa's going to win for the third time in a row.
And Colorado's way, so Calgary can enjoy that.
Colorado.
You guys got any San Jose Sharks fans in there?
Okay. What did you say about Colorado?
That they're having their way with Edmonton right now, so Calgary can enjoy that.
Yeah, that's true. So we have only 4 minutes left. Any thoughts on any of the twists? So we already talked about Willy Wonka. Lindor sampler is pretty much standard. That's, a staple. The third one, the Survivor Week. Yes, there's an idol. It is hidden. Good luck finding it. You won't. And there was something else I wanted to. Oh, what about, so if one of the 3 nominees receives 0 votes, or if 2 of them receive 0 votes, they get a fast forward. So obviously people are going to want to throw votes, because I always hate when there's one nominee that's always, 0 votes. So people are going to have to throw votes, rogue votes on somebody, but that could also piss that person off.
Or that could go terribly wrong if you're putting rogue votes and you do too many, and then they end up
with that too. Or it could go wrong if the vote is close between 2 people and somebody focuses on the third person to get them to 1 vote, and then it causes the vote to be close. So
That's
we'll
right.
see.
I did write down that was an interesting twist, because that definitely has to add more conversation and more strategy if you're in an alliance, and how you guys are going to play it, and then looking to the future as well with numbers too.
Yeah, people have to talk a lot because of that, so that's good. And it leaves room for mistakes and like entertainment for the people watching. So all for that.
So last thing before I go, because I have this debate with Karen every day. Is there any point in which you declare that you're Willy Wonka? Is there any scenario?
I'm sure there is. I don't know that I would do it in the first few weeks just because I don't know who I can trust. If you know somebody from outside the game and you're aligned with them and you trust them like they're your ride or die already and you can trust that, then I don't think that's a big deal. But if you don't know anyone and you're just figuring stuff out, then I would probably keep it quiet for a while. But I'm sure at some point it makes sense to use that information to your benefit.
I feel like there could come a point where it could be used as leverage to gain trust rather than lose trust. It just is using the weeks properly to to do it at that time, and that. But that would take some thinking and some planning. That's a good question.
Yeah, or even like not being Wonka, like if you're not Wonka for the first 4 or 5 weeks, using that like to tell people like, hey, I haven't been Wonka yet. Like there's a good chance I'll be Wonka soon. So
exactly using
I mean, regardless of whether it's good or not, clearly somebody in the future is going to declare to everyone that they're Wonka. It's at some point in the season it's going to happen. Anyway, we have less than a minute, so real quick. Krazil is RJ, Shawnee, Rayanne, Bridget, Clyde, Michael, Ronnie, Javier. Nicole is Jenna, Owen, Stephanie, Brooke, Kilby, Callum, Kennedy, Tom. And if I'm looking at both sides, it's close. Oof. I'm going to say, I think Nicole has the better team, but it's so close. Honestly, you guys did really well. I think it's pretty 50-50. So with that said, who will win the Golden Power Veto, the Big Brother Reese's Piece, the slot machine Golden Power Veto competition? Find out tomorrow. Monday, will they use it in the Golden Power Veto ceremony? Tuesday, the final 3 nominees plead their case. And Wednesday is the first live eviction and head of household competition, where the first house gets to be evicted from the Big Brother Cheesecake 7 house, lose their shot at the $700 cash prize, and get a tummy ache from eating too much chocolate. I'm Andrew Cheswick Moonbest. Take care. And remember, silly wabbit, twig stuff for kids. Good night.